We're looking for this old well from 1944. Yeah, this is where we're headed, this way, to this old lease that's... It goes to that upper road up there that I was telling you about. There's the Indian's Head. Follow the yellow brick road. You got the elevation? Probably 6,000 feet. Whatever they painted on there is high quality. What's that?
It sure looks like downhole pivot. See the collar?
Hey.
An old puck joint. Oh yeah, there's pump check this up.
Oh. Nathan's found something here. Oh, here's an old bunch of tin over here. Look at this. There's all. Oh, you got some there too.
And that's what they used to do back in the day.
What's?
They would just
Oh yeah.
garbage up.
Hey, there's an old car or something over here.
Really?
Look at this. Over here. Oh, here's that grizzly bear. Hey, look at this. There's an old wood stove or something. What is that? An old hippie killer? Hey everyone, how's it going? So to give you a little backstory on this, I had a friend. He lives out of town, about an hour and a half from here, and he's into history and everything, and he works in the oil field, so he's kind of interested in that kind of history and that. And he had to come to my town for something else, so he thought while he was here he would go check out this old supposed oil and gas well. Like, he had the location of it, or the general area, so he wanted to go see if there was anything there. So he asked me if I wanted to come along, and I said yeah, sure. So I went over to the grocery store there, and I had a quick bite to eat. I was gonna meet him over there, and I get up to the till, and I'm talking to the lady, and I kind of know her there, and so we're just doing like small talk and whatnot. And I told her I was going on this hike, and she says, well, whatever you do, she says, don't go to this place. And it just happened to be the place that the exact place that we were going to check out this old well. And she says, whatever you do, don't go there, because there's a couple grizzly bears hanging around. And I laughed, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly where we're going. So whatever, we headed out. We didn't have bear spray or anything, but you know, we were just make lots of noise, right? The bears will kind of leave you alone usually. So we head out there, and we're looking for this well, because in this area we have lots of oil and gas wells, but I didn't know of any that were that old. Like, this thing's in 1944 or something like that. So that was really, really fascinating to me, because I thought the oil field history only started like in the 60s and 70s out here. So anyways, we go out in this adventure, and we go out to look for this thing, and then later on we actually go and we check out this other well, a little more recent, but it was a well that I've always known about for about 25 years, and so it's kind of cool to find out like when it was drilled and stuff like that. So yeah, I thought I'd just share the adventure with you, and so let's get back to the story here. Where's the bear shit? No.
No bears, no bears!
Maybe. There's the stove, yeah. See, I've never seen any of this, eh? Wow, look at this. This is that's an old cook stove right there.
You know what is neat about this? This is Army stuff. See this can behind you? Those are, I've seen these up on the Alaska Highway. Those are food storage containers from World War II.
No way.
That's what that is. And it's considering that's when they did that, I wonder if...
Lots of dead bones. There are lots of bones. These are old, very old bones. I wonder if that's, what is that? Spine.
I'd say spine. We've got to be right around the site here.
Look at this. There's another old stove or something over here. That's cool. I lived here all these years. I've never came here.
That is fucking neat.
Ow! That's one of those old, this is old cast iron stove, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the old
Kids in a candy store, eh? What's in here?
Chris, this is fucking neat.
Yeah, this is cool. So
1944 is when they drilled the well.
1944. Look at this stove here. Yeah, when you start seeing the galvanized and stuff, you know it's old, right? Here's an old oil can or something. Oh no, we got squirrel peanut butter. Look at this, Nathan. Look at that.
Oh yeah, right on. Yeah, that's an old can, eh?
Oh, there's some, what's inside of it here? This would be a good spot for a geocache. What's this?
I
Old
can't believe we actually found some old stuff here.
pottery here.
Oh, there's ants old.
I didn't get that. Is that pretty hot, that thing, or you dropped it fast?
There's ants all over it crawling there. Yeah, old cast iron stove.
Now, I don't know, this could just be, I mean, they had like little dumps all over the place, right?
Now,
Back in the day, they weren't too environmentally friendly.
No.
Like,
and that's why I thought it'd be neat to go find this old well site, because
that's off of that stove.
Yep, that is.
Look at that's the legs, eh? Look.
Yep.
Cool. Oh, hey, look, here's a landmine. What's this? What do we got here? What do we got here? Old tobacco cans and stuff in there.
An old building or something that was here, eh? Could have been an old skid shack, because we used to live in skid shacks back then, right?
But I don't know if this all would have to do with that lease. Mind you, it's pretty level over there, right ahead of it.
This is a clue, Chris, is that food container is just like World War II ones I've been finding at the Alaska Highway, and this lease was from World War II, so I'm pretty sure that this has got to do with that. Because it's in the same spot.
Because they had lots of old dump sites around all over though too, right? And don't forget that the ranch is right, there's a ranch right there. So years ago, they probably would have this probably would have been their actual
you gotta see this,
dump, right?
This chunk of metal here, man. This is something really good. A little pile of rock.
Look at that, eh?
Neat.
That's cool. Look at all the rocks here, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, this is like a foundation or something. Look at it.
Concrete.
Oh, okay, well. Oh, and here's a little trail or something in. So I think what originally happened here was this area here that you're looking at would have either been it was either a big meadow or it was all treed, and they came in like 1944 there, they drilled this well, and then I think what happened was afterwards it just kind of became a dump, because there is a ranch that's right close to here, and I think that kind of became their dump. So all that stuff you see, I don't think none of that has to do with I don't think the well and all that. But it's hard to say, because they were there for a long time when they were drilling that well. So I guess it could be. But, you know, this whole area was kind of like a gravel pit after a borrow pit from when they built the highway. They do that. And so I think that's what that is there. That's got to be some good peanut butter. Well, I'll tell you that whatever they painted on there was high quality. Not even worn away yet here all these years. That's crazy. I'll have to see where that is. See if I can clean that up and figure it out. Cool. Yeah, this could just be a dump that there's a ranch right close to here. And back in those days, there's that rubber. Back in those days, they would, and concrete. Oh, he found something. We're looking for this old well from 1944. It was called Jasper 1. It's the oldest. Oh, wicked. He found something to do with the oil field there. He's been tracking his map to where it says it is. What'd you find?
An old puck joint.
What's that?
A bent puck joint.
Oh, for
This is like I've
drill pipe?
For a long time. This sure looks like downhole tubing. See the collar on it?
yeah, well, that is for sure, eh?
An old puck joint. So, and this is where it says Wellbore Center was right here. So cool, dude. We found it.
This is the old well. This is where she was.
Jasper number 1, drilled in 1944.
1944. It has the exact date, doesn't it?
Yep. July 29th, 1944 is when they spudded it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Pretty cool.
And it actually is pretty flat right here. Like how big were the lease sites back then?
No, like they were smaller operations back then than now. Nowadays they really bulldoze and flatten the place, right?
See, and this stuff here could just, this concrete and rock and all that.
Yeah.
And this
like you
building,
said, it might have turned into a dump after that too, right?
I'm curious. So what the heck this is? Like, did somebody just? Is this?
They often stayed in what were called wanigans back then, which were skid shacks, and it was like a wooden shack that they would tow along and you know, or maybe this is somebody's old shed.
Look at that old can.
Look at that old can. Hey.
Old paint can or oil can. Jeez, lots of goodies. More stuff there too. All kinds of goodies. Sometimes you can date by the nails too, right?
Finally hanging out with the legendary Chris Eastman. And we went.
So yeah, Nathan found the well site there, and we kind of just scoped out the area, checked it out. It's just mostly junk. There's a couple old wood stoves and stuff. They're all broken in half, and that they're kind of there for a reason, right? I think that stuff came from the ranch nearby. I think that just turned into their dump years later. I'm not totally convinced that all the stuff there is related to the well, but maybe some of it is, right? Maybe it's kind of like half and half. But then the old squirrel peanut butter there, I talked to some old timers in town here, and they said that used to be a staple in their household back in the day. They really remembered that peanut butter. I don't even know if they still make it or not. Maybe it's a thing. I know Skippy. I don't know if I know squirrel peanut butter. But yeah, so we ended up, we kind of left here, and we decided to go for a little tour. I took Nathan around, showed him a few spots, and then we were going to go check out another well here. Could this be it, or one of them? In all of Alberta, I mean? I thought there was more drilling down south earlier than this, but who knows? The war was on, so they were looking for oil, right? To feed the big war machine. Nice birch. So we started making our way to the other well site here, and I thought I'd show them the Indian's Head, and this is pretty cool. It's just natural mountain rock formation there, but check it out. You can see it there, and it looks like an Indian, you know, with his head facing towards the sky, and you can see his headdress there. It's pretty cool. Follow the yellow brick road.
The yellow spruce road.
So this is, went in here one time, my buddy was camping with us, and
yeah,
we had a tarp from tree to tree.
Yeah.
Just with a string over top of it. And anyways, it was real windy that weekend. The fire pit was right where you see it there.
Yeah.
Wake up the next morning, where's Brent? Where's Brent? And look and see something moving. The tarp's right down on top of the fire. That's tarp smoldering away. Here's Brent under there. I pulled the tarp up. I'm like, Brent, what are you doing? He's like, oh, geez, I thought it was in an omelet. Now this trail,
yeah,
I haven't taken this trail in a vehicle for many, many years.
Yeah.
I opened it up a few times, and this is probably the clearest I've seen it. It used to get pretty tight. It goes to that upper road up there that I was telling you about. That's cool. Looks like it's, you can tell the side-by-side's been using it, because it used to be a lot tighter.
Yeah.
Just an old logging road. Holy man, yeah, it's been so many years. What? Is it ever clear? Good stuff. Ah, there are others. Finally, somebody's clearing trail. Yeah, I cleared this out a lot of times back in, I'd say, early to mid 2000s. So we're heading up this road, and asked me about this, and about this well. We were talking about this. There's a well up here, an old oil lease, or gas lease, whatever you call it. And I told them that I know it's been here for at least 25 years. That's how long I've been here. But they came back in here in about 2006. Is it
14, yeah. They came back in 2014 and abandoned it. So it was first drilled in 1980.
Okay, so they came in, they first drilled it in 1980, he says. Okay, that's cool. And then, but they came in like 05 or 06, and they actually, that's when they opened this road. They actually came in there again.
What they did then.
Well, see, then they put a wellhead there.
Oh,
and then I went there one time and reported, I remember I called them because something was leaking out of it there.
Yeah.
And I remember reporting it. And then they came in, you know, yeah, like, 2014, and that's when they abandoned it. So now it's just, they just got to reclaim it, I guess. Anyway, that's where we're going. We're going up to this old lease and maybe up to the old cabin there. So, phone recording a phone. So this is cool. So Nathan's saying, so we're going straight up this is where we're headed, this way to this old lease. That's 1980 was when they first drilled it, and then I know they came in, and I'm guessing like around 05, 06. And that's when they widened this road out here. Used to be just a narrow little old road from, well, 1980 when they... Actually, I think this was originally maybe even an old logging road before that. But anyway, and then Nathan's saying they drill here, and you say that's where it kind of ends up?
Yes, that's where it terminates at. Now just keep your camera on. I'm going to show you. I'll switch to standard. This will show it better.
Cool.
There. So that's where the lease is, and that's the well bore.
No way, that's cool. I guess I just always figure they're drilling straight down. Like,
yeah, well, some of them they do. Some of them are. It's been abandoned.
Wow, that's neat, eh? Because all the specs.
And so Tourmaline inherited this from somebody else, some company that they bought. Then they bought the headache of the responsibility of this. When did they spudded it? October 25th, 1980. And it's a 3,200 meter well.
Wow, that's cool to get all the specs, eh? Right on. Well, we're gonna go check it out. Got him in there. May long weekend, buddy of mine sent me a picture with his Jeep, and he's got at least 35s, maybe 37s.
Yeah.
They showed me a picture, and it's like 2 feet deep, honest 2 feet deep of snow, and that was in Whitehorse Campground.
Really? Yeah, there you go. And same in Grand Cache, like I said, I've never seen this much snow late in the year. It just keeps snowing and snowing. We got snowed on just like a couple days ago.
Yeah. There's it's a bit of a mud hole up here. You got a winch in this thing, eh?
No. I got a swamper who's gonna push.
Yeah, I guess so. No, they're all hard bottom here. Oh, there's somebody's fender right there. Yeah, somebody's fender. These are all pretty good hard bottom roads. Still going, we're almost there.
A little bit of snow.
A little bit of snow up here still. It's in May. Oh, actually no, we're pretty much in June now.
May 31st, last day.
June of 1944. So that lease is right at the top of that hill up there. Drilled in 1980. That's cool. I didn't know any of that. It just adds to the history stories, right? I thought that this was possibly an old lease because it's a clearing here. It was probably
a laydown yard for logging, I bet.
Or something to do when they took the logs out of there for that lease years ago. They could have put them here, right?
Yeah.
Because this has been here for 25 years.
Yeah.
I remember jumping that little knoll right there with my old 600 grizz right there, that old 98 grizz I had.
Might have been where the camp was for drilling the well too.
Could be. And then this is a trail here. This trail here, this is the old horse trail that goes up to the top of Folding Mountain right there. I used to take my truck in all the way to the base of that hill, and then it gets just horse trail after that. There's an old rugged horse camp in there, right in those trees. Well, here's the old well. So what are those things? Those just vent tubes or what?
I think they monitor water quality with those.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the old wellhead used to be right in there. That's where it was. And it was here up until maybe, you said 14 they came in?
Yep.
It was right there. We're kind of high up here. Probably. You got the elevation? Probably 6,000 feet?
Actually, I can tell you here in a sec. That's a good question.
Folding mountain up in there. The trail all along the ridge there. Yeah.
But that explains why they got all this.
Okay, folks, I lied here. It was actually right here. Nathan pointed it out. I thought it was over that little dip over there, but no, it was right here. Yeah, so I was just saying how I came up here one time and it was something was leaking out of it. I don't know what it was, if I just smelled it or what, but I remember I did call it in and I reported it to whatever name was on the lease. What's that little thing there?
That's a pipe protector, a thread protector for drill pipe.
Oh, okay. That's where your $30 random camping fee goes, to clean up oil field mess, eh?
Not supposed to.
So what did you say you figure all these little things are for? Or these little... Like...
I think that's for testing water quality, is what I'm pretty sure they are.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how exactly it works, but you see them when they...
So now, this well, why is this considered an abandoned well? Or is this like up to like us to reclaim, or is the oil field going to come in and reclaim this?
Well, I think the reason why the lease isn't totally reclaimed is because they're obviously monitoring for contamination, probably the contamination that you reported, right?
Well, those were there.
Once they're sure that it's good to go, then they'll probably really reclaim it, right?
I started it all, maybe. No, I think those pipes have always been there though, aren't they? Or you think they put them in after I reported it? Nathan was saying he thought he heard a chopper. I was telling him how this is major grizz country. A friend of mine was telling me there was a grizzly bear up here, and they were way down the road over there, stopped on their quads, and apparently this grizzly bear just started running right towards them. It probably would have thought they were animals like deer or something, and they got on their quads and they took off, and the thing was still chasing, but I don't think it didn't get right up to them, but it definitely was. Probably once they heard it fire up, he realized it wasn't a deer when they fired their machines up. Yeah, so we just heard something over here. It was like, I said, did you hear that? But we think maybe it was just a woodpecker now. Jeez, it's crazy. There's no wind up here. That's rare. Yeah, it's beautiful. Come down a little bit now. We're heading home. Well, we've got another well to check out, but that'll be in another video. The other well is from 1942. That's what Nathan said. You said that other well's from 1942?
44 is, oh, the other one's 43 in Black Cat.
1943, okay, there's another one, 1943 we're gonna check out. That'll be in another video. That's gonna be a pretty cool adventure thing. Boy, there's a lot of snow. I don't know if you can tell, but you can see right up there. Still tons of snow on that ridge. Okay, that's it, folks. Over and out. Well, we just seen a big black bear, but he might be in the trees, but usually they're long gone. Yeah, he's long gone to the Yukon. More old stuff in the bush. Look at that old car there. Lots of stuff in the bush. Oh yeah, I see somebody left. Oh, that's an old camper that somebody left. Yeah, that was nice. I'll have to get them to haul that out of there. So Nathan dropped me off at home there, and I just walked in the door, and about 5 minutes later my cousin showed up and wanted to go for a rip in his new Bronco. So we headed out, and I took him to a camp that I stayed at there back in about 2008. And so we checked out the camp, and then we went for a little rip, and boy, we seen lots of game. There was just deer everywhere, and rabbits and grouse, and it's a pretty good year for that.